37 of Nuts and Bolts. I can't believe I wrote the number. I can't believe I already forgot it. I'm your host, David Reinhardt, and this week I'm joined here by Dustin Triplett
Hi.
and Jared Brazil.
Hey.
Josh Rios is here too, but his mic's all screwed up, so hopefully he gets that fixed at some point. But we had to start recording because Dustin pulled out the hipsteriest pair of gunner glasses I've ever seen. I didn't even know they came in hipster shapes.
They're the only pair that actually looks like glasses.
No,
No, they all look like glasses.
They all look like glasses. They all look like maybe the only pair that doesn't look like sunglasses, but they all look like glasses. Like you got ones that look like hipster glasses. Not
what looks better? Okay, piss yellow.
Those aren't the same.
Those are sunglasses. Those look like you're living in Soho. And
also, did you get the art kind?
The art kind? These are crystalline. So
yeah, they're for
just
art.
Computers in general.
For art, so like when you're drawing.
It's for graphic designers. So there's no
the
color.
True color.
Yes.
Stuff or whatever.
They're not the yellowy whatever.
I cannot tell a difference. But
you're not a good artist then, apparently.
I'm not.
Gunnar would think you're a shitty artist.
I really am.
No, like they make the clear ones in different shapes too. Like
anything to sell more products to gamers and people who use
computers. You're totally drinking PBR right now, and you're wearing flannel. So like
it's not flannel, it's just plaid.
I guess. I know, but that whatever, you're wearing plaid. I guess the hipster gunners just fit, huh?
You're right, vanilla Coke and Pabst is disgusting.
I told you whiskey and vanilla Coke, not fucking PBR.
It's close enough.
I personally
think
whiskey Coke kind of gross. That's just
me. Vanilla Coke is delicious, orange Coke is better.
There's an orange Coke now, or is that one of the machine things?
That's one of the machine things, but it is delicious. It is so good.
I'll have to try that next time I see one of those machines.
Yes, it is my favorite soda besides Dr. Pepper.
Do a machine so it knows that you're not getting Coke like everyone else.
Orange Coke.
Anyway, moving right along from delicious drinks.
Delicious.
Things happened this week that we should talk about.
They did.
They did.
Facebook bought Oculus Rift.
What happened about the Oculus?
Nothing. I made a joke.
Oh.
Wow.
David, you own an Oculus Rift.
It's not here yet. They're shipping in the summer, and it is. I mean, it's hot already, but it is not. It is April.
When you get the Oculus Rift, you need to do one whole episode while wearing the Oculus Rift. Now, it doesn't have to be on. Just on your face.
Just, you know what you should do? Just play the roller coaster ride, and we just see you moving back and forth and awkwardly moving your right from yourself.
I'm just gonna play Daylight, and I'm pretty sure Outlast has Oculus support, and I'm just going to play all of the horror games, and I'm not going to sleep for like 3 weeks, and it is going to be the best.
You're gonna murder your girlfriend because she's gonna walk in front of you. You're gonna punch her in the face. She's gonna fall down.
Oh man, I need the horror games in complete immersion like that. That is all I want.
This is how society ends, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make sure we all know this is the downturn of society when virtual reality becomes better than real life.
Well,
so the Running Man.
Sure.
No, you're thinking of the Lawnmower Man.
I'm sorry, I get them mixed up. Both of them ended man.
But the Lawnmower Man is about weird virtual reality sex. The Running Man is about Arnold Schwarzenegger in spandex fighting cartoon characters, and it is glorious.
Basically the same thing when you put it that way.
No, because one of them is really awesome, and the other one is super weird and of its time.
Anyway,
tomato.
Yeah.
So Oculus Rift. You're not gonna be seen again, and you're gonna probably have a heart attack from immersion in some type of horror game, which is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Can you please take a video of it so we can post it on the website?
No.
And get a couple thousand hits. No. Oh.
Maybe, because Alex and I are gonna start our live stream show, so maybe we'll do it there.
How weird would a live stream show of Oculus be? That'd be fucking like
We're
tricky as shit.
that doesn't work.
I mean, there's got to be a way to make it work.
There's a way to make it work.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it just requires a switcher and somebody to man the camera for you while also having the camera there to do your stuff.
No, because you could. It's not just two images though. Like that's just like movie 3D. That's not what the Oculus is supposed to be.
No, but we see all those videos of people playing the game, and there's like a monitor with what's on the screen. I mean, you could.
Well, I
obviously
mean,
do that.
you could put that footage out, but you couldn't put like the.
Yes, unless we all were wearing Oculus Rifts, it wouldn't look like you're doing it, but it would still be interesting to see.
Well, I just mean it would only be the game footage. You just have like that's what you would be broadcasting.
Or you could broadcast the game footage and then you in the corner
I
doing
guess
this.
that would be weird.
You're having like a seizure in the corner. It's gonna be fantastic.
That's what all those Let's Players do, so
I don't know. I don't know what the internet does anymore.
the internet's stupid.
The internet
That's what it
has
does.
been doing Star Wars today. That's the big news, guys. The Star Wars cast is out on the internet, and it's wonderful.
The only one I know that wasn't one of the returning casts was Adam Driver, and I'm not really happy about the fact that I know who Adam Driver is. So
You watching that, girls?
I've seen like 3 episodes.
I've seen all the episodes. I don't give a shit. That show is fucking fun.
No, I need to watch more. What I watched was good. I don't know. He's so sleazy.
What show is
No,
this?
you need to watch more of it because he becomes better as that show goes on. That's why you watch the show, is because his relationship is super interesting.
You didn't say Two Broke Girls, did you?
No, we're talking
Okay,
about
good.
the HBO show Girls.
I
Not
want
that
to
show
nudity and
that's,
sex in it.
that's a waste of Kat Dennings' talent.
Yeah, her talent.
Yes.
She's getting a fat paycheck though, so why does she give a shit?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Right.
That show's gonna be on for like 15 years though, so she'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll be totally happy. She's selling out all the way to the bank. But
Well,
yes, you should watch
everything
Girls.
that she was in that wasn't Thor that was good made no money. So,
She'll be fine.
yeah.
So yeah, Star Wars. That guy is in it. There are other people who are in it.
I didn't
And-
look up any of the other people.
I have the picture in front of me. So we have John Boyega, Attack of the Block, 24, Live Another Day.
Wait, Attack the Block?
I don't know, that's what it says. Attack the
That
Block.
movie's great.
Okay, well he's in it.
Oh yeah, I heard about. Oh yeah, he's the main guy. I heard. I remember reading about that now. Okay, I do know 2 people.
Okay, so then we have Daisy Ridley from Skrull and Silent Witness.
Also, is anyone else? But side note, is anyone else excited about 24 on Monday? Because I am.
I'm not
I
American
am.
enough for it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Louis on Monday, and that's the only thing that matters on Monday.
Louis on after 24.
I agree with Jared.
No, like I'm gonna watch both.
I'll just watch. I'll watch 4 episodes of Louis and then watch Louis and then forget about 24.
No, 24 is great.
24, product of his time. Product of his time.
Anyway, so who else?
I mean, Andy Serkis from Lord of the Rings and Planet of the
Is
Apes.
he new? I thought he was in the prequels. Was he not?
Maybe.
No,
I don't
he
think
was
so.
not Jar Jar. Is that what you're thinking?
No, that's not what I was. I was just thinking that maybe he did something because if there's CG involved, Andy Serkis is usually involved. Which
And
is
then-
fine because he's awesome and everyone should play
Enslaved.
Enslaved. All I could think of was Journey to the West, and I was like, that's not the name. That's the subtitle. What's the game?
And we also have Domhnall Gleeson from Harry Potter and Dread and About Time.
2 of those movies are really well. I don't know which Harry Potter, but 2 of those things are really good, and one of them is okay.
Well, I mean, they're not all winners, guys.
Wait. No, I don't know what About Time is. I was thinking of In Time.
Isn't About Time that movie
He's
with,
is he wrong? Isn't he?
this other guy?
Wait, what?
Forget me. Leave me alone.
I know. I was thinking of
everything.
In Time, the movie with Justin Timberlake about people who use time as money.
He was Bill Weasley in Harry Potter.
Oh,
So,
I know a lot more of these people than I thought I did.
and then you have the people. Then you have Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels, Mark Hamill. You know, the big guys, the people that actually did the movie.
And who will die in the second movie?
Yeah, I'm sure they will, but that's okay. I mean, I'm just really glad that Peter Mayhew and Anthony Daniels are getting paychecks that aren't because we're going to a convention and asking for pictures of them. So I'm very happy about that.
I totally get that.
Anytime that anytime an actor I like is getting work, I'm happy because I'm like, oh, I really like this one thing they did 20 years ago. I'm glad they're getting a paycheck.
Like Bruce Campbell?
Like, oh, he's keeping his SAG benefits, guys. He's in Burn Notice, which was awesome. I love
Burn Notice. Well, Burn Notice ended up being really good too. Like that.
Burn Notice was great from the beginning. It was Fight Club meets MacGyver, which was awesome. It had the Fight Club voiceover.
No, but that's not the Fight Club voiceover.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Which voiceover would it be?
I don't know, but not Fight Club.
Okay, then please enlighten me.
Nihilism and just self-hate.
Yes.
Not Burn Notice.
Okay, then please enlighten me on any other movie that you can think of easily that has a voiceover like that.
Scrubs. No.
No, that actually kind of works.
Development.
Yeah,
kind of Arrested Development, but it's not the main character. So I guess it's like How I Met Your Mother meets How I Met Your Mother meets MacGyver. I guess.
Why do you hate How I Met Your Mother, Josh?
I love that show.
I do too. The ending was awful, but the show was really good.
The ending was sad and pretty awful, but you know.
The ending was just bad. That was just bad.
I didn't hate it as much as everyone else did, to be honest.
I read about it and I was like, oh man, I feel really bad for people who like this show.
I hated it. It was such bad storytelling. Sloppy.
But I mean,
rushed
the only
and
thing
sloppy.
the only thing that makes sense about it is that's the reason why he's been spending fucking 9 years talking about the woman who isn't his mom. That's why it makes sense. It's like, why have you been talking about Robin for the last fucking 8 years, Dad?
I know, but they like
again.
It just made it all so unsatisfying and rushed, and it felt like I just wasted an entire season of TV.
Because you love the mother, right? The mother was awesome.
Build up to a wedding, and then the first 5 minutes of the finale, they get a divorce. And it was like that.
About that. I cared more about the mother dying, like so quickly, and it's just like, no, I actually had lots of invested in her. Like they really made you like her a lot.
And then they just glossed over, and they glossed over her dying.
And I can understand that too because you don't like that wasn't the story he was telling his kids. But yeah,
it was really bad.
It was not great. It wasn't. I didn't hate as much as everyone else, but yeah, it could have been a lot better. That show was fantastic because of Barney, which was the whole show. Ted was shit. The entire 9 years of Ted being an asshole, but Barney being great. Anyway, so Star Wars and How I Met Your Mother and Burn Notice.
Star Wars is exciting. I really don't care that they're throwing it. Even as someone who owns a bookcase full of books and read even more than that of the Star Wars Expanded Universe, I do not give two shits that they're just doing their own thing.
But I mean, they're not really throwing it away. They're just rebranding the expanded universe.
They're making it's non-canonical anymore.
But that's fine. There's so much that it's such. I'm glad they did it because it would have been really hard to mix in 200 books.
Yeah, no. I'm glad they did it too. I was just trying to explain why people are upset. Is because
everyone's upset about everything. Everyone wants there to be some neat little package where everything they've ever loved turns into this glorious thing, and it's just not reasonable. There's fucking 100 books. There's hundreds of books.
I guess maybe I'm also kind of jaded a little because
you are 20-something years old.
Shut the fuck up. No, I mean about this because the first Star Wars books I read were non-canon. They were not the expanded universe. They were officially licensed and all that. I got them from like a book fair or something.
The Star Wars Book Club.
No, from the Scholastic Book Fair.
So like they were like the young adult one, like for the teenager ones.
They took place after Return of the Jedi.
So Jedi Academy or
no, something? They weren't the expanded universe. It was a different story about the son, the weird half son of Palpatine, and like
Luke Skywalker plants a tree.
Like I can find them at home. Next time I go visit my parents,
where the wild Jedi are.
But it was Yeah, it was this weird other story that was like totally opposite of what happens in the expanded universe. So like I actually started reading the canonical Star Wars books. So I guess like the fact that they're throwing it away again doesn't bother me because I already read more Star Wars lore that was thrown away and then done different. So
Hey, guess what, guys? Boba Fett doesn't die in the Sarlacc. Just so you're aware, not dead.
Oh man, got
Oh,
out?
no.
I thought he was supposed to be there for like 500 years.
Oh no, he fucking blasts his way out of that shit.
yeah, but he goes on to be super badass and it's great.
Oh no, it's look, I'm saying it's awesome. I love those books.
Yeah, and I'm super happy they're not using any of them because that it is so fucking convoluted and complex. Like
Yeah,
anything that spans 30 years worth of books would be. I mean, fuck.
But I'm the Mandalore. No, I'm the Mandalore.
I'm also excited. I mean, they're gonna do like one of. So I mean, I hope they do the Emperor's Fist. I hope there's so many awesome stories they could do, which would be awesome.
So what exactly is considered canon now? Just the movies, or is there like anything else?
Just the
movies.
movies.
Oh, 6 movies.
1 minute. I think it's the first trilogy, the second trilogy, the Clone Wars, like the animated one from like the early 2000s, and then like
Early
the movie
90s.
show.
That first Clone Wars animated series was I've heard the new one, the one that's just ending, is really good too. I haven't actually watched it. I need to watch it. But the old one from the guy who did Samurai Jack was fucking badass. There was
It was.
no talking. It was silent.
Yeah.
Well, not
it was
silent,
action.
but there was
It
no
action.
dialogue. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
all action.
11 minutes of
God.
action.
Which I really wish I had when I was a kid. Like I would have been so happy if I was 10
It
years
was-
old and there was Star Wars TV shows.
So intense and brutal. Like Samurai Jack would be at times. But
I love Samurai Jack. Oh man, that was fantastic.
it really is.
Like you actually end up like
That weird cough. It was semi-unintelligible.
What?
What?
What happened?
Okay, so at the end, before episode 3 came out, they had like a couple episodes that tied into the beginning of episode 3. So basically, Grievous comes into like the Senate and he goes to go capture Palpatine, and then all the Jedi get murked by him really, really bad, except for Mace Windu is like the last guy left, and Grievous runs onto his little ship thing, and then like at the last second he turns around, and then Mace Windu just crushes his lungs with the Force. And
Fuck you, George Lucas.
And then in the beginning of 3, he just has like a nasty cough the entire time because Mace Windu got him.
So there was a reason for that really bad character that named General Grievous? That's nice. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Oh, I thought you were saying fuck you, George Lucas, for bitch slapping Mace Windu out of a window.
He's
Oh,
still
yeah,
alive,
well.
I hope you know that.
No, he's not. All the Jedi are dead, except for all those Jedi in the expanded universe that somehow they missed.
Wait, can I ask a really solid question? Is the Force Unleashed still canon?
No,
No, that was never even.
there
close
was
to
an
being
article. No, it was canon.
It was canon.
What?
Yeah, no, it was part of the expanded universe.
how can it be canon when there's like 2 alternate endings in it?
Well, no, I guess it could be like the Old Republic where they have like an official ending
Yeah,
where
there's
Revan
the
is a good guy and
end-
not a
the
bad
good
guy.
end, the light side ending was the canonical ending. But no,
Male, no, don't forget, it's the male canonical too. You have to be male and good guy.
no, I'm talking about
Double wiener.
the Force Unleashed, not the
Oh.
old.
Not Wienersville.
But no, I just saw an article on
I'd like to know how anyone is.
something or Destructoid that was just I didn't read it. The headline was just so none of the Star Wars games are canonical anymore, and I was like, okay, I figured they would be. When they keep saying only the movies and the show are canonical, it's like, okay, of course everything else is fucking.
Let me also ask a question. So if they could all tell that Luke was going to balance the Force, they didn't notice there was another guy who could pull fucking TIE fighters out of the sky. Like I think they might have been able to notice that he was around.
Nah, man.
No.
No one knows who Star Killer is. He was disguised.
He's just totally disguised, you guys. The midichlorians, they don't do anything. They don't notice him.
Let's not talk about midichlorians.
I know I said the bad word. You're not supposed to say that
I
word.
said the word.
So
Star Wars is great, you guys, and we're gonna get our hopes up again. And
and then
hopefully that
J.J.
happens.
Abrams is gonna ruin them instead of George Lucas. He's gonna be the new Lucas, and it's going to be interesting.
No, see the thing is, Disney has too much riding on this. They could make literally billions of dollars with a popular Star Wars series. So they're gonna make it. They're gonna make sure it's good, and it's going to be good.
Can they make Marvel money?
Yes.
Can they? That's
You
the
can.
real question.
Because imagine how much money Episode 1 would have made if it wasn't terrible. Like what? Like $2 billion?
It still made. I don't know what.
Yeah, and it was shit. Imagine it was good; it would have made billions of dollars.
But what if it's not good?
It will still make $1 billion if it's not good.
That's true.
Because I will watch it. I mean, you will watch it. Most people are going to watch it because it's Star Wars and it's an event. I mean, how many movies did you people like wait in line to buy tickets 3 weeks before the movie came out?
None.
No.
I don't know. I never did that.
I did
That
it
was
for
not.
Pokemon, the first movie.
Okay, well there you go. For that one, for Star Wars, we actually didn't get the midnight show. We went at 10 a.m. the next day, and the theater was empty. And then we kind of got lightsaber fights banned from the theater after that because we had lightsaber fights in the aisles for 20 minutes before the movie while eating cereal.
Yeah.
But
That's so hardcore.
we had a good time. Then we had a bad time because we watched that fucking movie, which you lie to yourself to think it's good, and it's not. It's not good.
No, it is not. It is really bad. All of the prequels are really bad.
Whoa. There's only Episode 3 is decent. It's not bad.
Nah, dude, you've seen the Red Letter Media review of it, right?
Of course,
No,
that's
I don't.
brilliant.
No.
Yep, it's
You
brilliant.
really should watch it, Josh. I was like you. Until I started working in a fucking office, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, why would I spend that much time watching someone tell me what I already know? And then I watched it, and it is so good.
It's a wonderful commentary. They do such a good job. Like, if you haven't seen if you haven't seen it, you should watch all three because they're fantastic, and they will make you laugh and they will make you happy. They will give you joy out of those three movies, and you should totally go check those out if you haven't seen them, or watch them again because they don't get old.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So Game of Thrones also happened. Are we gonna talk about that or?
Yeah, let's talk about Game of Thrones. So, spoilers, by the way, for Game of Thrones.
I love how you didn't give the spoiler alert like when we started talking earlier about Star Wars and all that kind of
What
stuff.
were we spoiling?
That is
Stuff
Something that people might be in the movie?
Star Wars movies? Or the books?
Vader is fucking
All of
Luke's
it.
father, okay? Fuck you. You don't know that yet.
This is how the Star Wars expanded universe stuff works. If you haven't read it yet, you're not going to.
But
Yep.
also,
I've not read anything.
how I Met Your Mother, the mom's dead.
No one gives
Yeah,
the.
no one
It was
gives a
really
shit.
bad. The finale was really bad. No one cares.
But people care about Game of Thrones?
Yes.
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 And if you'd like, we can spoil the major plot events because we've read the books.
Yeah.
So
I don't care. It's like spoilers don't affect me like that. It's like, oh, someone dies? Cool. I just assumed everyone's going to die in that show anyway.
that is good to know. But we won't. So if you do have problems with Game of Thrones spoilers, you should stop. You should go ahead maybe 15 minutes, maybe, and then we'll
Maybe.
probably spoil it then, and then it doesn't matter. So Game of Thrones.
So
is
two big things happened this week that did not. One of them did not happen in the books,
yes.
and the other one has not happened yet. Maybe in the books. This is either a divergent path or spoilers for those reading the books.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that'll be. They've had to kind of do that with some of the parts because they kind of leave a lot to the imagination in those books. Because like most of the stuff with Greyjoy is not anywhere. There's nothing about that shit in those books.
Well,
Like-
no, there's a lot.
But not like this early. I don't remember reading it that early.
Well, the Reek thing happened,
Yeah, it happened, but not that early.
but they didn't do the switch like they did in the books. Because the way the Reek, Theon, after he took over Winterfell, found Reek, who was Ramsay Bolton, and then when he turns it on him and takes Theon prisoner and turns him into Reek.
Yeah.
But in this, they did that in like none of that happened. They just
They did it much differently.
yeah. And he tortured Theon for a while.
I heard.
Like, well, because for a while, like, I mean, I don't know if I may have been the only one, but like for a while, it was from the perspective of Reek, and I was like, I don't know who this person is.
Well, that was
And
in
then all of a sudden, it was a reveal that Theon was being tortured.
Yeah, like I think it was the end. It was the classic end of one of the chapters. Like, oh, by the way, who are we sending this to? Your father, Balon Greyjoy. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. So, Reek was a thing, and it was done much differently. There's a lot of stuff that was done differently, but they have to. I mean,
Which is fine. I mean, that's fine. Like, I
Totally.
really liked reading it, but they're handling the story well.
They are absolutely.
And sure, they may switch some stuff up, which pisses off like continuity nerds.
Yeah.
But they're still telling the gist of the story in the same way, so I am totally happy.
Yep. Agreed. They do as best they can. I really love how they. I mean, this is old, but I love how they did Tyrion's nose. Like, just go. By the way, we're not gonna do that because that would be fucking gross. So.
Yeah, and it would be like super hard to do that makeup for a fucking TV show. Like,
Yeah, it would have
cool.
been dumb.
Like, I am cool with that. Good on
Nice.
you.
You look good, Dustin. Awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Awesome.
So it's my understanding that in the books, is it all of it or the majority of it takes place like in first person? I have to turn these effects off now.
No, but it's each chapter focuses on a different character.
Oh, is that how it is? Because like,
Yeah.
so
So
the
yeah, it's like
spoiler thing that's like not really happening in the books is about the White Walkers.
Yes.
yes, correct.
Well, Bran doesn't show up at Craster's Keep. All the stuff that's been happening at Craster's Keep, while the mutineers did happen, like that's the end of that plot line. Like they're just
He could still be there. I mean, maybe we'll get to it later, but they haven't really.
yeah, but like that isn't this huge thing starring the guy from Torchwood and Pacific Rim. Like none of that.
And there was no Jon Snow going out into to save people, and
Yeah.
because it seemed like to me once Jon got back, they attacked pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was the scouting party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he got destroyed. I'm gonna ask this question because me and my girlfriend have been having talks about this. I'm kind of tired of Daenerys in the show. Like,
Oh, well.
Wait to get more tired of Daenerys.
Sir, you did not have to sit through an entire book of Daenerys starving in the desert.
yeah.
No,
like-
they're going to. No,
No,
you're
no,
going
well, I
to.
mean, no. Remember what it happened when they walked from
Oh, the red wastes. Yeah.
the Red Waste. Like that was 2 seasons ago. That they covered that in half an episode,
Yeah.
and you didn't get like 2/3 of one of the fucking epic tomes that is a Game of Thrones book of just her starving in the desert and nothing happening. Now we're gonna get her starving in the city for 2 books. So I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do there, because she is in Marine for
Ever. And there's so many. Yeah. Daenerys gets. Everyone loves Daenerys. Everyone loves Daenerys, but man, I'm getting tired. I'm still in the 5th book. Like I'm like halfway through the 5th book.
It's
And I'm like-
fucking rough.
I know. But it's just like I don't want to read when Bran's chapters come up and when Daenerys' chapters come
I
up.
like Bran's chapters because
If
Bran's
they're
all
getting
about
better.
bringing they get way better. But Bran's story is all about bringing magic back into the world, and I always found that really interesting. But Daenerys, even though she has dragons, as soon as the dragons are born, nothing interesting happens with the dragons.
Yeah, the dragons kill like 3 people once, and then nothing else ever happens. Like, oh shit, there's dragons. Let's look at them, and then that's it.
Yeah. So the fact that her story's been handled so this well already is like a blessing.
She's also a child. Like they made everyone older.
Well, they recasted
Yes, we know.
what's his face?
Bluebeard.
No, not Bluebeard. I don't give a shit about Bluebeard. No, they recasted Tommen.
Yeah, they did.
Baratheon.
So he's
yeah,
not
they
fucking
made him. They made him. He was like 8, and they made him like 14.
16. Yeah, he's super old now. They did such a good job with Majorie. What's it? Marguerite
girl-
Tyrell? Marguerite Tyrell.
Yeah, you mean the
She's
girl
great.
that's in what do you call it? Captain America.
Is she? Yeah, I guess she is.
remember that when he gets hit on by the other army officer
Yeah.
in
yeah.
front of yeah, that's her.
This isn't cricket. This
Shut
is
up, you and your
interesting.
cricket
Fuck you,
sound
Dustin.
effects.
If we can't talk about
Any-
Game of Thrones on a nerd podcast, what the fuck are we supposed to talk about?
Anyway, back to the whole
Valid point.
the White Walker thing and turning Craster's son into a White Walker. I guess maybe that's what happened. Like, do they age? I don't know. We don't know anything about them.
We're pretty sure they age, because he's been doing this a lot. So I'm assuming that there aren't just baby White Walkers, which would be hilarious, like little CGI babies with blue eyes walking around.
I want to watch that now. Just a baby army just crawling. Everyone running in fear.
White Walker babies. Be a cartoon
Shit
show. Nice
icicles.
spin-off.
Yeah.
Shit icicles. So there you go.
But
Great idea you have there.
yeah, so that was really interesting. Like, I'm actually really maybe it'll diverge from the books. I'd be okay with that because we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen yet.
If he
Seriously,
dies,
George R. R.
we're never
Martin,
gonna
please
find out.
don't die. Does he
Please
have
don't
children to finish the books?
He's so fucking old. He looks like he's on his deathbed every time I see him.
He needs to write a world book that ends the fucking story. So if he dies, we don't have to like have someone else. We don't have to have like J.K. Rowling finish fucking Song of Fire and Ice for us.
Did anyone else see the bit on Weekend Update in a recent episode of SNL where George R. R. Martin was played by Bobby Moynihan?
I did not. What was he saying?
Hilarious. You should see. Well, I can't remember. There was talk about that, but all I can remember is the end of the joke. He was like, "Why are you taking so long to write the books?" He's like, "Well, I've been busy with my Game of Thrones fan fiction."
That's great.
And he says, and it was right before Seth left SNL, and he said, "Well, wait a minute, isn't you write Game of Thrones? Like, is it fan fiction when you write it?" And he says, "Well, in my fan fiction, I'm in the world."
That's great. That's really funny. That's a good premise. Saturday Night Live hits every once in a while, not too often, but
SNL's been really good the past few seasons.
yeah, it has. They've had some pretty good bits.
Yeah, SNL's so usually about half the episode works, like almost always half the episode will work, unless it's in a really dark period.
When Louis on, it all works. Like when he did that fucking Lincoln sketch. Was there anything better than that Lincoln sketch? Oh, fantastic.
Louis C.K. his when he hosted it was glorious.
Yeah, it was great. And so, what was the other? I'm trying to think what the other. Oh, they tell you who the killer. Well, they kind of tell you who the killer is in this week's episode of Game of Thrones, and
No,
they tell you what the murder weapon
The
is.
killer is,
Well, yeah, they do.
which is the same as in the books too, and I don't care that they told you instead of leaving it a mystery for a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, wait.
I totally forgot who the killer was and thought it was someone that it wasn't.
Who'd you think it was?
The Viper, the Crimson Viper.
Oh no, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, he totally didn't do it. But
I'm trying to think why you'd think that.
because they killed Aegon and his wife, who was Dornish, and their unborn child and their children. Remember, they had that conversation
Yeah,
like
no,
2
I
episodes.
know. Yeah, no,
that's why.
I understand, but
Dorne would be getting their revenge.
yeah, they did such a slick job of having the necklace get fixed and then the Queen of Thorns taking the gem. It was so slick and so noticeable if you knew to look. So, which was perfect. In the book, actually, she wears a head. She wears like a thing in her hair, which is where the gems are held. In this, they did a necklace, which was probably easier to show.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man.
well done, Game of
It was a good
Thrones, for
episode.
keeping that major plot.
It was a good episode.
It was. But yeah, Daenerys crucifying all those people was a little brutal. The one-handed crucifixions was a little tough.
Not as brutal as when what the Lightning Lord got cut in half and then sewn back and then healed
Yeah.
by the Lord of Light. That was when that happened. I was like, oh, whoa! Like,
Yeah, they kind of like you say magic's coming back into the world, and I'm like, well, the Lord of Light already has a bunch of magic. Like
Yeah.
he does resurrect people on a pretty regular basis.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that. But that's handled weird. Like, I mean, they talk about it the same way in the book when that happened, but I
The
guess
Lord of
it's
Light
not.
seems to be the real true god of Westeros, or the world there, whatever the name of that.
I think like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on because the old gods do have power and do things. It's super weird. Maybe it's like Has anyone else read American Gods?
We're currently reading it. Don't be jerk.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's like that with no spoilers for Josh at all.
Yeah,
That book's really good. You should read that book if you haven't read it.
American Gods by who?
Neil Gaiman.
Oh, Neil Gaiman, one of Neil Gaiman's books. Excellent.
Yeah. I should read more Sandman tonight.
There you go.
I'm in volume 7, I think, or 8.
Is there anything else from Game of Thrones? I'm trying to think.
Nope. Shut up, Dustin.
Stop, just drink beer.
What have you been doing, asshole?
I've been playing Max and the Magic Marker.
How is
sequel,
that?
Whatever the fuck it's called.
Your post on Facebook made it seem like you really like that game.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's like, it's very childish and innocent, yet dark. I mean, the main character reminds me a lot of Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes, and it's like just getting into wacky adventures. But the world he's in, it's like kind of like Limbo in the sense that like the little boy's gonna fucking die and like get eaten by monsters and shit if you fuck up, and like they'll hit you over the head with like a club with like spikes in it, and I don't know, it's interesting. It's not the most solid platformer out there, but it's pretty, and the story is very I don't know, it's interesting.
That's good.
How much would you pay for it?
I would Burger King's back. I would. I don't know if I'd pay anything for it. Maybe $10. I think it's 15.
I don't know if I'd pay anything for it. Maybe $10.
Well,
that's
I mean,
like no money basically. So it's only 10. It's pocket change.
it's for a man of your means and your PBR drinking ways.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the like.
How many tubs of hair gel is it worth for you? How many tubs of hair gel would you give up?
Well, my one little tub cost like double the amount of the game, so
Okay.
it's like half of that.
So they get one half of hair
What
gel.
kind of hair gel do you use?
The same type that Justin Courtney from Motion City Soundtrack uses. It's called like fuck, I don't know what it's called.
It's called jizz. They just call it jizz.
It's called hipster bullshit.
Yeah, but it's
Back in my day, we used Elmer's glue and we were happy about it.
I tried that once. That didn't work.
Paste works. Gets your hair crusty. But
It's good for eating, but not on your hair.
it's not true.
It smells good.
It does smell good, but it's salt and water, so you know. Why wouldn't it smell good?
I miss making paper maches and then like licking off all the extra paste that's dripping.
Art school problems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Damn.
Anywho, back to the fucking marker. That's like the worst mechanic in the game.
Really?
It's like,
So
The main mechanic is the worst.
behind the game is the worst part of the game.
yeah, that's the problem with it. It's like I don't remember that much about the first one, but it was basically, you know, you go somewhere, there's a ledge. Okay, how am I going to get across the ledge? You pull up the marker and like you draw a stick, you walk across the stick and go on your way. In this one, there's like a lot of combat, and it's like one hit, you know, you're dead. So
Ugh, one hit you dead games need to go the fuck away forever. I hate that shit.
I don't necessarily mind that, but the problem is, like, whenever you pull out the marker, your character stops. So if you're getting chased by like a horde of bad guys, you have to like stop and then like navigate the clumsy marker cursor on the screen and like draw something and then let it go and then like erase something else. And while they're like running at you in full speed, So it's like you have like a split second to do that, and if you don't, you have to start it over. And if there's a cutscene before that, there's no way to skip it. So it's very tedious at times.
Can we make a list that unskippable cutscenes should make your game just not be able to be published? If you have unskippable cutscenes.
That might be in my gaming trends that need to die list. If not, it's going to be in the second coming of that list.
You're writing a second coming already?
It's like a year-old list. I like started writing the second coming of that list like a week after I wrote it. I was like, there's so many.
I don't know, man.
I keep hearing like a woman saying something.
Is Josh playing video games?
No, I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about?
I'm alone down here, so it ain't me.
It's not me.
It sounds like she's saying like
I
not
heard
Kill,
my way.
kill the non-believers. Murder the non-believers.
So, well, I mean, I at least like I'm. It sucks that the main mechanic of the game is detracting from your enjoyment of the game, but you're still enjoying it, so that says something.
If they removed the whole marker mechanic, I think it would be a very decent platformer with an okay story. And it's like, at times, the marker mechanic does work. Like, when you're stopped and it's like, okay, how am I going to figure out how to climb up this thing? Okay, I'll erase that branch so that boulder falls, and then I'll draw, like, a bowl so it lands in there. And stuff like that, it works, and it's actually kind of fun. But it's like, the other times, when they try to make it an actual action-y game, it's like fucking ignorant.
So it's kind of like Scribblenauts, where it's fun to draw, like, write Cthulhu, but if you had to, like, do a bunch of combat, it'd be a pain in the ass.
That game was never fun, though.
I mean, it was fun for, like, one level, when you're like, I'm gonna fucking draw the Titanic, and then the boat come down, like, oh, that's funny. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to play this game anymore, because it's just me writing funny words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want me to draw a sword again. Oh, machine gun. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it's like, just draw a fucking jetpack, beat the game.
Yep.
And that's it.
Jetpack and Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Cruise control.
So apparently I'm the only person on the internet that really liked Daylight.
Yeah, I saw all the reviews and I was like, yeah, David seems like the minority in this.
Yeah, I really liked that. I don't understand why everyone else didn't like
How
it.
drunk were you?
Not at all.
You gave it a 5. That's like
Out of
the
what?
best
5.
out of 5.
What?
So that's like
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
best
It's a
game
horror
ever.
game, so it doesn't count.
What do you mean it's a horror game?
You love horror games.
I do love horror games.
So, I mean, okay, so that's your bias. It's fine. You love horror games.
Bias.
But I thought it was effectively scary, and I liked the way the levels were created. I didn't find them disorienting or
56% on Metacritic, 58
Yeah.
on Game Rankings, and you gave it 100.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
It's a good thing we're not like a credible resource for video games or anything.
I
It's a
like
good thing you're not part of the Metacritic scores because everyone would just beat on you mercilessly.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
But
I
100, like, so that's like on your Game of the Year list then. If it's a perfect score,
No,
you
not
gave-
necessarily. It's not
you
a.
gave it a perfect score.
It's not a perfect. Nothing is perfect. It's a 5 out of 5. It's not like.
It sets out to do what it does, and it
Yeah,
does that
very
well.
well. And I enjoyed it.
You
It's
don't feel like
it's
anything
an
like
obje-
took you out of the
reviews
immersion.
aren't objective; they're subjective. I really liked it.
Well, no, I get that, but I'm saying you used a number-based system, which is objective, which is a number. Like numbers mean things. If you said it was really good, I really liked it. It did this, and that.
I found the scares effective. I like the fact that it managed to balance somewhat combat without like you can never truly eliminate your enemies, so you're constantly being hunted. And I found that built tension. Like a lot of the complaints for that was all jump scares. I thought it did a good job of building a creepy atmosphere and making you feel like you weren't safe. Sure, there were some jump scares, but I thought there were other scares too. I liked the strange narrative that you probably have to play the game multiple times to truly understand because it's very fractured and dense. I liked how I mean, it's not the most original level structure ever, but I liked how basically there were set pieces, and in between it they randomly generated a level. So even if you played the game again and it's only like 2.5, 3 hours long, which I thought was perfect, like it kept its tension throughout the entire run without falling apart at the end. Like
That is a pretty short game, though.
Outlast is like 5 hours long, and it's the last like quarter or a third, which is about how much longer it is than Daylight, fucking sucked. It wasn't scary, and it wasn't very fun. But I thought Daylight was good throughout. I thought the randomly generated levels made it feel claustrophobic and confusing at times in a good way, like in a panicky, not like okay, I don't understand these levels because I have a map, but in a panicky like, oh shit, maybe there's a ghost, I don't want to get hit.
So like the level design, it's kind of like Binding of Isaac in the sense that it's like they're all the same levels, but each time you play the game, they're going to be different.
5 or 6 different areas
it's Diablo
that you
2.
explore.
It's Diablo 2.
Yeah, it's like Diablo 2, but except in the middle of it, I didn't want to spoil it in my review until I realized after the fact when I was reading it. No, I was like, oh wait, one of the images they gave us in the press pack is of the forest. But like you literally, like halfway through the game, you walk out into a forest and all of a sudden you're in a very open space. And I was not expecting that, and I thought they handled it very well, and it was nice to just get out of the hallways that make up every fucking horror game ever.
They're totally gonna put you on the press release for the and David thinks from Geekenstein thinks this is the best game ever.
David, you might end up on TV.
Shut the fuck up.
But just as an aside, I love when movies are so bad they need to take random tweets as the press on the commercials.
Is that what Brick Mansions is doing? Because I want to talk about that.
It might be, because Harley Nuts 72 thinks it's the greatest movie of all time. And they put Harley Nuts tiny, and they put his awesome review huge. No, it's not Robert Ebert, guys. That's just some fucking jagoff who probably got paid to say that.
I thought Daylight was a fantastic horror game. Fuck all the haters. I'm gonna go play Amnesia.
Just not a machine for pigs.
I haven't finished either of them, and I don't trust you. So
I don't trust you. I mean, come on, you gave this piece of shit a 5 out of 5. So
you lost all credibility.
Yeah, I remember what I gave the other one. I think I may have.
Yeah, but you have an unnatural love for Assassin's Creed.
I thought 3 was an okay game. The mechanics were fantastic.
Didn't you give it a 4 or 4.5?
I think I did, yeah.
Like I hated Assassin's Creed 3 so much. I never played as Connor.
I think it had a slow start, but at the same time, that's something a lot of other games
6
didn't
hours.
do.
People complain about playing as Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2, but that only takes an hour and a half. It doesn't take 6 hours to play as the main character.
Well, if the whole fucking game was like 6 hours with the main character, it's like they would have complained about that, but it's like at least you get to play from a different perspective as, the other dude.
But it wasn't fun.
And then child dude, and then
queen dude. It doesn't matter. So something that we can
3-year-old game. No one cares.
Everyone can agree on. So last week you probably noted I was really excited about seeing Brick Mansions because
thunderstorm going on, so I kind of died for a second. I'm sorry.
Okay, I really like Paul Walker.
So you love
David Bell is the creator of parkour.
He created jumping up.
Yeah, well, he's the founder of the parkour. He's the one.
So do I have to blame him for every video game and movie I've seen in the last 10 years?
Parkour's awesome. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not saying it's not awesome, but it's not awesome when it's in every movie and video game.
Okay, then yes, blame him.
Okay, go on.
Sometimes I like to jump from one picnic table to the next, so does that mean he invented my thought process of doing that?
Shut the fuck up, Dustin.
He invented the floor is lava. That's what he did. He invented the floor is lava, and
he just gave it a fucking name. It's
he just gave floor is lava a name. There you go. That's what he did. He made the floor is lava. He made it parkour. So
I still haven't seen it, but I've been meaning to watch District 13 for...
District 13?
The one with the aliens?
It's District 9.
No, that's District 9. No, District 13 is a French action movie starring David Bell and which Brick Mansions is a remake of and has been in the works for years, that popularized parkour. Like this is what made District 13 is what made parkour popular and spread it throughout all of pop culture. And I have had it on a bootlegged. I don't even think it's a DVD. I think I have a burned CD-ROM with a fucking like some video like a real player file of District 13 on there.
That movie was set in 2010 and it was made in 2004 per Wikipedia.
And I've heard it's really good, and I've heard from people who have seen both said Brick Mansions was shit, but District 13 is still really good, which keeps my hopes up because I'm gonna watch it eventually. But god damn it, Brick Mansions was not fucking good at all. I wanted to like it so bad, and it just...
Was it bad because they needed to film more Paul Walker stuff?
No, like this was finished before he died. It was bad because the script. Yeah, this was his final full movie. Like this is his Dark Knight to.
Oof, it is getting destroyed at the box office too.
Oh God, what the fuck was that movie that came out after Heath Ledger's death that I actually liked?
Brokeback Mountain.
The
Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Yeah.
Same thing.
So no, this was Paul Walker's last movie, and it is
28 on Rotten Tomatoes. 28. Ugh.
So we're gonna get into spoiler territory here, and if you give a shit, then
hey man,
I don't
kill yourself.
Spoiler alert. Paul Walker.
Spoiler alerts. No, so Paul Walker, like basically the plot of Brick Mansions is. It's in Detroit too. Would
you like me to read the one paragraph description on Wikipedia?
Read the one paragraph description and tell me how this is not just a live action remake of Motor City.
Okay. In a dystopian Detroit, abandoned brick mansions left from better times now house only the most dangerous criminals. Until control the crime, the police constructed a colossal containment wall around the area to protect the rest of the city. For undercover cop Damian Collier, every day is a battle against corruption. For Lino, every day is a fight to live an honest life. Their paths never should have crossed. But when drug kingpin Tremaine kidnaps Lino's girlfriend, Damian, who looks to take down Tremaine to avenge his father's death, reluctantly accepts the help of the fearless ex-convict, and together they must stop a sinister plot to devastate the entire city. Each character faces great difficulty. The end.
So the action, for the most part, is actually really good, but it's still not, like, the movie's so bad, like, I wouldn't even just say watch that. In fact, this movie was so bad that, the first time I saw The Raid, I watched it with my girlfriend, and we watched it late, and she fell asleep in the last half hour. This movie was so bad, I went home and said, okay, we're going to watch the last 30 minutes of The Raid right now because, like, I need to wash the taste of this out of my mouth with something really good because it was that bad.
And what did your girlfriend say if she already fell asleep during the last 30 minutes?
Well, it was really late. She fell asleep because she was tired. She watched... Josh, my girlfriend, and I saw The Raid 2 together the other week. Or last week when we talked about it last week I talked about it with Alex, but she liked that too. So the whole thing turns out the RZA, who's the crime boss, didn't kill Paul Walker's father. It was corrupt cops. So then they team up.
Of course they do.
Take down the mayor who was trying to blow up a nuke in Brick Mansion so that they could pave over it and make a nice luxury shopping area.
I can't imagine that RZA's body double looked anything like RZA when they were doing the parkour jumps.
He wasn't doing the parkour jumps. It was Paul Walker and David Bell.
Okay.
So it was probably them doing the parkour jumps because Paul Walker just like
dead.
Well,
he is dead.
He was very involved with stunts and stuff. So 2 minutes ago, Paul Walker thought that this guy had killed his father, and he's still the leader of a giant drug empire that is killing people and pushing heroin onto children. They team up and storm City Hall. It is the dumbest fucking shit ever.
Did they have an awkward moment where they have to look at each other and go, I guess we have the same goals?
Yes!
Like just that hacky bullshit? Oh.
Yes! Like the RZA steals a bomb and is pointing it at the city and trying to ransom the city, which of course, like I said, the mayor was actually trying. It was all
pointing the
part
bomb.
of the plan. It was all part of the plan to blow up brick mansions. But the Riz is like, no, I'm not gonna blow it up. That would be bad. I'm not. I'm a businessman. I'm not evil. And it's like,
Except I kill people with drugs.
There
kind
is-
of.
in one of those like nice fades between scenes where it'll show like little cuts of people getting ready or what they're doing while this scene was going on. It shows Paul Walker with his crime wall in his apartment and like the hierarchy of this.
He doesn't take out the RZA like, oh, this is my friend now. He takes the.
No. This is in the beginning. He
Okay.
circles the Riz's picture because he had just arrested a lower guy, and then audibly says, "You're next." And I'm like, you could have just circled the picture. You didn't need to say that. Yeah, like come on. Like that was so that is the whole movie.
Imagine you're Paul Walker and you're doing this movie, and the director asks you, like, you're reading the script, and you're like, this can't be real. And they're like, yeah, okay, it's time to do the scene. Why the fuck am I doing this? I'm Paul Walker. Like, I know some of the movies that aren't the best movies, but it shouldn't be this hacky bullshit. Why did he do that? Why, Paul Walker? Why, Ghost of Paul Walker? Why? Why did you subject us to this?
I don't
That's
know.
terrible.
And then, like, I don't know the original screenplay, but it was written by Luc Besson, who, while he's turned out some crap, has, like, I mean, he made Taken, and Taken's fucking great.
And Robert Mark Kamen, co-creator of The Karate Kid and Transporter. So they had some real writers on this.
They just
That's
forgot how
weird.
to write, apparently.
Apparently, or they need to make a mortgage payment. Like, we'll just shit this thing out. we'll just write this in a weekend, take a check, and get the fuck out of here.
Also, it's Paul
That's
Walker.
pretty
last
much
movie,
what the
so he might
description
make
of the
some
movie
money, but I don't know.
told
It
me,
might
at
be big with
least.
Latinos. As a Latino person, might be big with us.
So would you say that this is pretty much...
Why would it be big with Latinos?
Because Fast and the Furious is big with Latinos.
Oh. I guess that makes sense. I don't know.
What's big with Latinos?
Oh, this is no. We don't need to have a list of what's big with Latinos.
But
I don't think that's the best way for the podcast to go, guys.
Here.
Let's make broad generalizations about the Latino community. That sounds great. Thanks, Dustin.
Maracas?
No.
But yeah, so Brick Mansions is a hot steaming pile of garbage, and tomorrow I get to go see a press screening of The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Very
So
excited.
Electric Boogaloo? Kind of Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electro Boogaloo.
I'm not excited. I've only heard two things about The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's really good, and it's a hot train wreck mess garbage.
If they renamed Amazing Spider-Man 2 Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro Boogaloo, that would automatically make the movie great.
Yeah. My problem with The Amazing Spider-Man 2 up until this point has always been, wow, that trailer looks really good, but it looks like a trailer for a season of an HBO show, not a fucking 2-hour movie.
This is still Sony, right? Who's making these?
Yeah, Sony.
Yeah.
So it looks like way too much movie for 2 hours. There's
I think just
three villains.
Marvel just needs to make them just make all your dumb movies, then we'll take them over and make awesome movies.
And
The
at the
Marvel
end,
Spider-Man's going to be great.
And at the end of the credits is a 5-minute action sequence for X-Men, which is super weird.
Why is it super weird? That's great. That's
Because
what it
it's
should be.
two different studios, and the universes don't cross over. They're just using it to. They're using it. I mean, they've done stuff like this before the movies. Like Mission Impossible had that like 7-minute plane sequence from The Dark Knight Rises.
Well, speaking of Star Wars, people went to movies to see the Episode 1 trailer.
Yeah,
They literally would buy tickets to movies to see Episode 1 trailer and then leave.
but the difference is Marvel has been making an effort to connect all of its movies, and this, even though they're not connected, this feels like an attempt to just try to get the two studios with Marvel properties that aren't part of the Avengers universe just more fucking money, so that Marvel will never get those rights back.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Speaking of which, didn't they announce the DC guy who's doing the JLA movie?
It's Zack Snyder. It's still
Zack
Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
It's great. Fucking great.
agreed. I love Zack Snyder. He did Watchmen, which I love.
No, I was being sarcastic.
No, I like Zack. I don't give a shit. I
I
like
do.
300.
Well, okay. Watchmen's really good.
I like
The
Watchmen.
Dawn of the Dead remake was amazing.
Yeah, so he's made 3 great movies.
Fantastic. Sucker Punch was a hot steaming pile of ass, and Man of
It was
not
a
good.
fantastic movie.
You're
Shut your mouth.
so wrong.
It was great.
It was
If anything,
awful.
it was at least
It was
good.
awful. It was 2 stars at best.
I think that movie was just to make weird lingerie for women.
it was
right?
an
There's nothing wrong with
incomprehensible.
that.
It
I didn't
was
say
an
there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying all I remember from that
incomprehensible
movie were the outfits the girls wore, which is fine.
I
Back
saw
to
it
the
twice, and it
video
got
game,
worse
the
with
movie.
each viewing.
It was like, what, the movie?
It was like sexy girl protagonist in video games, the movie.
No, because even NES games plots made more sense than Sucker Punch.
You're right, because the president's been kidnapped by ninjas, and are you a bad enough dude to save the president?
Is a much better story
What
than.
didn't make sense about Sucker Punch's story?
Why were there 3 levels? There was no need for there to be 3 levels. It didn't make any sense. The plot that was they constructed these narrative levels for the story, and they were total bullshit and didn't make the plot flow together. It was not a clever metaphor. It was dumb.
But when Inception does it, it's, brilliant.
Inception makes sense.
Nah, that stuff doesn't.
Okay, so I just pulled up Sucker Punch, and yeah, that was a movie to put girls in pretty outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
That's
really
the
bad.
movie's for. Yeah, I didn't say it was good.
This is why I don't trust. You want to know why I don't trust Dustin's taste in things? Because he really likes Sucker Punch.
That's not.
You
fair.
really like that fucking piece of shit horror game, you know?
You
Yeah,
haven't played it.
David.
Fuck off. I also love the Hudson Hawk, and
What the fuck's that? I don't even know what that is.
that's because you don't know awesome Bruce Willis movies.
Yeah, he knows Die Hard. That's the movie he needs to know.
Hudson Hawk
Since
is
when
really
was
good.
Bruce Willis in an awesome action movie since Die Hard?
It's not an action movie. It's a comedy.
in a movie at all since then that actually
He
matters.
was in Lucky Number 11, which I really
Lucky
liked.
Number 11 is really good.
Really good. That movie was
really
great.
good.
That's rewatchable. It's that movie. I love that movie.
Red is really good.
Red's been really good too.
Red 2 is pretty great too. It's not as good as the first, but it's still pretty great.
But speaking of Sucker Punch, but 300 and Watchmen, good movies. So at least they have a
But
competent.
Man of Steel was not good, and like
Superman sucks. Look.
I don't trust them to do Batman Superman well. Like they didn't do Man of Steel well.
Well, you know what? They don't need to do that. They need to do Flash, Green Lantern, all those. They need to do
They're
them well.
doing that. They have Green Arrow on Arrow, and it's fucking fantastic. And the Flash show's probably going to be great too.
But they need a movie property so they don't look like they're getting their shit handed to them by Marvel.
They are getting their shit handed to them. They can't come back. There's no coming back. There's no coming back.
They
with
have the
DC.
most.
There's
They have the
no
most
coming.
famous properties in the history of the medium.
No, there's
They can
no
come
coming back with DC's stable of heroes. People know Superman and Wonder Woman, and everyone else is no one to most people.
Well, Batman. Batman is someone.
Oh, and
to
Batman.
everyone.
Yeah, sorry, Batman.
How do you forget Batman?
Because Batman
Why would you go to Wonder Woman before
Because
Batman?
Batman transcends DC. I forgot because Batman's super awesome and is great. Except the 80s and 90s Batman movies, those sucked.
The first one was fine.
Nope.
Batman.
Dude, I don't like Tim Burton. I
Yeah.
thought Tim Burton Batman movies sucked.
It was okay. It was very
They were fine at the time. In retrospect, they're awful.
like most movies.
Yeah, like most movies.
Like most Tim Burton movies.
Well, yeah. God. We don't need to get started on Tim Burton.
Okay, Zack Snyder. I don't even like DC that much, but at least it's someone was complaining about it. I'm like, I don't know what.
I
else.
trust Ben Affleck being Batman. I have no problems with that.
Nor do I.
Maybe
He's a good actor.
Ben Affleck's involvement will make the movie better because he's been a really good director. So who knows? Maybe signing him was a really good idea and will make the movie good. We shall see.
Maybe they should just. When's Sin City 2 coming out?
I don't know. I never read the last 2 volumes of Sin City, so
I didn't either, but that first movie was fucking solid as shit.
yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's coming out this year. Sin City: A Dame to Kill For is coming out soon. pushed back until August 22nd, so we get to see that this summer.
I want more of Josh Hartnett's character.
I mean, I want more of. I mean, we're not going to, but I want more Marv because Marv is awesome.
Oh, yeah, Marv's dead.
Perfect.
I wonder if we're gonna get. I wonder if we're gonna get because Clive Owen's character, his second story, the one that's not in the first Sin City movie, is like a prequel, and he's also bald in it.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
So I wonder if they're gonna do that.
It's a
And
Day
I
to
also
Kill for Just Another Saturday Night, The Long Bad Night, and The Fat Loss, which is, those two are original stories.
Oh.
So Johnny, which is Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Josh Hartigan.
Hartnett.
Hartigan, which is Bruce Willis. That's
Oh.
the character's name. It centers around Nancy Callahan struggling to cope with the death of John Hartigan and seeks to avenge him by killing Senator Rourke. So apparently they're going to have Jessica Alba murder
Does
Senator
that happen?
I mean, that's what it's. I don't know. That's what it says in the Wikipedia article.
I
Maybe
don't
it's wrong.
know. I don't know what happens in the last. It's been so long since I've read Sin City.
It says original story, so I'm assuming that means.
Oh,
they made that up.
okay. I need to read those last 2 volumes at some point just to close that chapter out and complete that spine art.
Oh, the picture of the spine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jessica Alba's character topless, which is super awkward when you start putting it together and realize that's what it is. And it's like, this is in my childhood bedroom. Great.
That's not the only. That's the only porn you ever had in your childhood bedroom.
Well, I mean, it was on my bookshelf. You
Hey,
can
Dustin, what
see
you doing, buddy?
Jerking it.
Nothing.
Jerking it.
Just
Are you playing with Sorcerer Mickey Disney Infinity figure? Or, oh, they're little sticks.
That's what she said.
I guess. I don't know.
I
So,
don't know. It's more entertaining than this conversation.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Fine. Anything else we got to talk about this week?
well, I don't know. Jim Gaffigan's new special aired on Comedy Central on Sunday, and it was really good.
He's brilliant. He's
really
amazing.
funny.
Great.
Which comedian is he? Is he the one that does the
Maybe.
weeds?
He does the high voice, right?
He's the Hot Pocket guy.
Hot Pockets.
Hot Pocket. That
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
He's super funny.
Right before we recorded, I was watching Gabriel Iglesias.
Eh.
You like him?
I like him. I
The
think
fluffy thing. Is he still doing the fluffy thing? Do I still have to forget?
it's like he'll mention it, but it's not like his jokes are about it anymore. That was his
Is he
first
big with
special.
Latinos?
Huh?
Is he big with Latinos?
He is a big Latino.
Yes, he is a big
He
Latino.
is.
Is he big with Latinos? I think was the question. No.
Josh,
I guess he is.
our voice, our representative from the Latino community.
Anyway,
Um,
I listened to Jim Jeffries' Alcoholicost today. which
I
was
love
brilliant.
Jim Jeffries. He is a disgusting man who is hilarious.
He's great.
I need to catch up on Legit. I'm only like halfway through season 2.
It's super good.
It is super
he's
good.
really
It's super. It's a lot like Louis. It's super, except without the stand-up bits.
It's not as good as Louis, but it is.
It's not as good. It's not as good. I just mean in the structure. It's a lot. It's his bits acted
Well, no, it's
out
only
in
one
real
of his
life.
bits, really. It's
Well,
really,
he does a couple of different bits.
I guess. The big bit is the original one from Alcoholicost,
Which one? Which?
which is the going
Oh,
to the
the
hooker.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we got the show. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the pilot. So
It was, but it's a funny show,
it
and
is.
he's a funny comedian.
Yeah, he is. I think Norton's going to do a new special this year. I don't know when Rogan's doing a new one. Rogan's stuff's been really great lately.
I want another Aziz special.
Aziz is a very funny guy. He's super
He's
funny.
very funny.
Schumer's. I really like.
I like how
Schumer's show.
deadpan and just monotone we're talking about comedy too.
Well,
Yeah, no, we can stop talking about this. So, I finished Mobius, Empire Rising. I talked a little bit about it last week. It's the new Jane Jensen point-and-click adventure. She wrote lots of good stuff like Gabriel Knight and such. Fuck off, Dustin.
I thought
So
I read a review that it was like that game was super misogynistic. Sorry.
So that means-
maybe there's a lot of homosexual undertones that I don't know why they're there.
Is that misogynist though? How?
No, it is kind of misogynist, but no, like there are these weird like you don't know if the main two characters are gay and into each other or not. Like they kind of like start leaning towards that way. I don't know why they wouldn't just come out and say it, because it's not like, oh, we can't have gay main characters because we're trying to sell to the Call of Duty bros. Like it's a fucking point and click adventure on Steam. Like,
But okay, so I get that, but why would it also be misogynistic?
because there are a couple women characters. One of them's a secretary. One of them's a conniving bitch, and one of them is the object. Mobius is all. I don't want to give away the story, but basically she's just trying to fulfill her role in destiny of being married to a powerful man, so he can go on and to do great things. I never really realized how misogynistic it was until Josh said people say it's misogynistic. Wow. It was written by a woman, though.
Women can be misogynistic too.
Yeah, like that's surprising. I don't know. I thought the overarching plot was really interesting and good. I thought the character dialogue was really wooden and bad, and the fucking character models are awful and animated terribly, and they should have gone with 2D. I don't know why this game is not a 2D point-and-click adventure game. I don't know why they use 3D character models, because they look terrible.
I think the big thing we learned today is that women can be misogynistic too.
Yeah. It's because men have ruled society for centuries and drilled these core concepts into their brains.
Not touching that one, buddy.
I like it when my woman makes me a sandwich.
America.
Yeah.
But
Fuck yeah.
it's okay. It's not worth $30. But if
$30? What the fuck?
Point and click adventure?
It's 10 hours long. Like, I mean, it's a full-length game. Like, it's a classic point-and-click adventure that's as long as one.
Full-length game?
Yeah, it's if the character models weren't super ugly and the dialogue was better, it'd be totally worth $30. Because actually, like playing through.
If it was a good game, it would be totally worth $30, basically.
That's what I got.
If the game wasn't terrible, yeah.
Pick it up for like $2 on a sale. Otherwise, like seriously,
so it's worth $2.
Or like
when it's on Humble Bundle for $3.99.
Yeah,
that Humble
like,
Bundle. Never play that game. Play the
I'll
other
write
games
my
on it.
review, and there's also a cave puzzle at the end that sucked, but the rest of the game, like actually playing the game up until the very last puzzle was really good. Just looking at it was not fun.
I can't wait to see how you try to work in misogyny into your game review.
I'm not gonna talk about that because it doesn't affect my review score, because I get why it's misogynistic. Like I had to realize this after the fact because Josh brought it up. But I mean,
Sorry.
I'm not like. It's still not that great of a game. Like, it's not gonna, oh man, this game would have been a 10 and now it's a 5 because, oh, it hates women. No, this game's a 5. It's gonna stay a 5. Like,
It would never be a 10 because we don't have that scale, but...
well,
Yeah,
okay,
it's still a 5
valid
out of 100. So right now you've given it a perfect score again. So try again.
It's
What is it, 2.5?
it's maybe now, maybe instead of being a 3, it'll be a 2. Who knows?
So you
Oh,
only
shit.
hate women a little bit.
So would it have been a 3 if it wasn't misogynistic?
So I've also been playing Blackwell Epiphany, which is the fourth and final game in the Blackwell series, which is by Wadjet Eye and makers of fine point-and-click adventure games.
You
And
guys really
it's,
go deep with the point and clicks, huh?
I love point-and-click adventure games. It's not you guys. I guess Alex, when he's on, he loves them too, but I love them too. And the Doom Blackwell game is really good. You can I'm not done with that. When I finish that, there'll be a review of that. I don't know.
I mean, I love playing Sierra games back in the day. Like I played a lot of games like that. So
I'm reviewing Fracked OSC. That game is super awesome. If you have a PC that can run games, you need to play, and you like weird things, you should play it because it's It's a it's a sequencer, you know, a step sequencer, and
So like circuits.
no, like literally, it's a step sequencer. Like you can make music with this, but the way you unlock the different effects for the sequencer is you go explore this strange, surreal, almost kind of think of the first Tron, but with less, like not as bright. Like the colors aren't as. It looks more like an environment, but those kind of shapes, like this weird abstract world that you solve puzzles in, which brings music to the world and powers the sequencer so you can go and make music with it. It's super weird and cool, and the music is fantastic. It sounds like the Tron Legacy soundtrack, so it sounds like a bitchin' Daft Punk score.
Bitchin', yo.
And like the music puzzles are really creative and fun, and it's a fantastic game to just wander around in. It's a really cool looking world.
So is it like first person or?
Yeah, it's first person.
And how exactly do you find the stuff that like you
Wander their paths.
So you
There's
just
some,
like, walk into like a floating object and then it's like
no. You get in. It starts and you get in like an elevator. Like there's like you start and you're in this big like a platform, and in front of you there's steps going up and an elevator straight ahead. If you go up, it's the sequencer, but it's when you first start, it's all powered off. You go into the elevator and it takes you into this like big map, and you're in the center. And in 3 different directions are the 3 different tracks for the sequencer.
I've already fallen asleep 3 times. I just want to let you.
Do you get to save the world with the power of music?
Sure, Dustin.
No, is there a plot, or is it just
No,
like
there's no plot.
Well, then why are you even wandering around? Why isn't it just like a piece of software just for
Because
making
it's
the
really
music?
fun to wander around in this world and explore.
So it's
and
like
do
Minecraft, but without the game part, but for music.
There's puzzles. It's a puzzle game. You're solving puzzles.
Okay,
Well,
well,
you
you
haven't
said there was
that
no
up
plot.
until now. It's just
I
been you
said
find
no,
music.
I said you go you wander around and you'll find puzzles to solve, and that brings music back to the world. That's what I said. You
Well,
missed
no, it
that
doesn't
part.
bring music back to the world. It allows you to use the program they created.
Well, no,
If they
like
lock the program.
no. When you're playing the game, like it's silent, and then you'll start powering these things up and solving the
See,
puzzles,
here's
and it
the
brings in a
difference.
beat.
If there's no story, then you don't know if music has gone from the world, or they just
But
lock
you're
all the
turning
parts
it
of
on.
your.
Whatever. It's fun. Why are you being such a pessimistic asshole?
You're the one explaining the game. I'm asking if there's a story. You said no.
There's no plot. It's first person. It's abstract. It's just surreal and fun.
It's one of them lazy indie games that are all the rage these days.
Yeah, we don't want to actually make a story. We just want to play. We just want to make some cool puzzles. That's cool.
Fuck
We made Portal.
making a game. Just let's put music and walk.
Man, fuck both of you.
together.
Antichamber was amazing, and there was no plot in that. It was just a really clever puzzle game.
And that's why it's
You know
in indie bundles for like 3 cents.
Portal was a wonderful puzzle game and had a wonderful story that is fucking fantastic.
Exactly.
You can have awesome
Not
puzzle
every
games that have
game.
great stories.
You don't have to have a great story. Picross is my favorite puzzle game, and there's no fucking story to Picross. What does it matter?
Yeah, there's no story to Tetris either, but it doesn't try to be a game. It's just it's
It's
a puzzle.
game. Tetris is a game.
But it's just a puzzle. It's not like a.
It's a
It doesn't-
game.
I don't have to walk
This is the
around to
dumbest
find the game.
argument ever.
Why? No, but why do I have to walk around to find the game? Why isn't it like you can play one of these fucking games and unlock shit? Why do I have to walk around some weird fucking
Because
world
that's
to
part
find
of the
games?
fun. Because it's interesting to walk around a weird world and see what they've created.
That's
Like
a waste of my goddamn time. I want to play the game. I don't want to walk around.
then don't play fucking open world games where you have to wander around and do shit.
Well, at least that there's stuff to do. And this
There's
one you
stuff
just find
to do.
you find music that you can then put together to play music.
Solving
It's like,
puzzles.
oh goodness, I found the sound. So now I can fucking add that to my
Dustin's
to make-
Dustin's just disproving all of the hipster hypotheses we set forward at the beginning of this episode, because he's just you guys are being fucking obstinate. If you're not shooting at shit, you don't give a fuck. Like,
I said my favorite games were Sierra fucking adventure games and Portal. I've not mentioned one first-person shooter ever.
what
in this
is
fucking
wrong with a
podcast.
game without a story? And that's
I don't have a problem with it. I have no problem at all. but there's no reason to make me walk around to find the puzzles. If there's no story, there's no reason for me to walk around. There should be a list.
It's about exploring. You don't like exploring?
Not for no reason.
Then
there's no story. There's
don't
nothing
play
to explore.
exploratory games.
But there's nothing to
Minecraft is
explore,
about
though.
exploration, and there's no fucking story.
But there's a game all the time. There's always a game there.
There is a game. There are puzzles all throughout this world. Like, that's what it is. Sorry, my girlfriend was gesturing at me.
So
There is a game here. There is a thing to do.
which is find loops for the music.
Oh, I'm sorry.
the
Did
scratch
you not explore the wasteland in Fallout and do shit? A lot of that wasn't story related, but you did it anyway because it was fun. Like,
Well, that was like a true open world game where it's like there's everything's happening at any given time. This here is like the concept of the game is just putting music together. There's no music.
no,
unless you
it's
find
solving the puzzles. They managed to make a
Why are there
really
puzzles?
fun. Because it's a fun. Like, they made a fun.
Why isn't it just a puzzle game? Why isn't it okay?
Why can't it be both?
I have to slide these sliders. Oh,
Why
okay.
can't it
I
be
won the
both?
puzzle. Now on to next. Why do I have to? Why do you
Why
have to
can't it
fucking
be
walk?
both? Why does it have to be one or the other?
Because
just-
if you're going to have an open world where you have to walk around and find things, the world has to be immersive. The reason why Minecraft is immersive... I'm sorry, am I done? No. The reason why Minecraft is immersive is because there's shit attacking you, there's things to find, but you can also build things. The reason why GTA is exciting is because everything's interactive. Everyone's trying to kill you. You can steal everything. Why is there an open world if there's no purpose to the world except find this puzzle somewhere?
It's not like a colossal open world.
Okay, what I'm getting from the way you're describing it is, what if Slender, when you walk through the forest, you find the fucking notes on the trees, and all of a sudden, da-doop, and that's all that fucking happens, and then you go find the other one, it's like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen.
Puzzle to you means touch something. Like, it's not solving...
Okay, fine. Okay, instead of, like, just touching the tree, it's like, okay, now I have to unlock this, and, okay, dupe. Fucking, okay, this time I'm going to move my mouse this way, and maybe push this block. It doesn't sound enjoyable.
Then
Like, maybe if you had like a fucking music
belittling
gun
the game and
that
like
somehow-
tearing me down just because you don't like it. Why are you getting so angry because it doesn't sound appealing to you?
That's what
Because
gamers
we're-
do. This is the
But not
game
even that.
industry we're talking
We're-
about.
Yeah, but you
We're on a
don't have to
podcast
give
giving our opinions.
about
What
it.
are we supposed to do? If we're not here to give our opinions, what are we here to do? Honestly.
Like, why can't we just have a conversation? It
Oh,
doesn't
that
have
sounds
to be
cool.
adversarial.
Well, because the conversation would have been over. It would have been Jared and me just going, huh, okay. So, what about
Anyway.
The Simpsons this week?
Wait.
Did he, like, rage quit?
No.
No?
I don't, you guys you're being a fucking asshole. Like, it's a fantastic game.
In your opinion. And in
No,
your
I'm
opinion,
making
you
a
don't
good
think it
defense
sounds
for the
boring.
game.
Getting good reviews.
It's out?
see-
I haven't even heard anything about
Out.
the game.
What's the name of this game again?
Fract, OSC.
Fract OSC. Okay. Looking at images now. Let's see. Seizure-inducing. Looks pretty nice. I see a puzzle. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. It is a fantastic game.
In your
Fuck
opinion.
Dustin. Dustin liked Assassin's Creed 3. And
It's a
Sucker
marathon
Punch.
game.
It
And
was
who's being adversarial now?
I can only respond in like...
In like, true enough. I'm just gonna go back to looking at Sucker Punch pictures.
You know there's porn on the internet, right? You don't have to look at that.
Listen,
but is there sucker
listen,
punch
buddy.
porn?
No.
Oh, obviously, Rule 34.
Yes, 'cause, yeah, it's the internet.
Photos don't count. That's not porn. That's just someone being.
There's
stabbed in
Photoshop.
the basement.
Mhm.
I don't like Photoshop. It's not the
Well,
same.
then fuck off.
Are you defending like crudely drawn sucker punch drawings now, David?
No, I don't care. You're just being picky. You can't accept what's there, so you're just gonna bitch.
Okay, so RedTube has
enough.
something called Sucker Punch. I don't know if it's actually a sucker. Whoa. No, that's not it. Okay, anyway.
So,
Sucker punch porn.
It wasn't that. Nothing major.
Sucker punch Pokemon? Why was that like an autocomplete?
I
See,
played
people
more,
care. People care about this.
I played
It's a
more.
move.
I played more
Because it's a
Cloud
move.
Built.
Oh, there's a fucking move called Sucker Punch. That makes
Yeah.
more sense.
I played more Cloud Built so I can finish my review. Because they added controller support, so I was like, fine, I'll play more review.
Which controller are you using?
The Xbox.
Just Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could hook up a DualShock, but I don't want to use a DualShock 3, and the DualShock 4 isn't completely integrated yet, so,
Sure. No, I just didn't know what you were using. I know if you had a custom arcade stick or what you're using.
I don't want to click on. Why am I clicking on this? What the fuck, Dustin?
That was in Sucker Punch porn.
It's a beefy. The image that Dustin put in chat is on a pastel pink like laser light school picture background. It's a very muscular, shirtless man body, but the head is a Diglett.
I love you, Internet. Never change.
Can you make this the featured image for this video, Dustin?
I already have it saved to my desktop, so
Of
yeah.
course you do. That's your new background. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. God damn it. You ruined the one of the amazing games I'm playing. What else have I been playing?
But don't worry, if you love it, it's still great.
Cloud Built's really good if you like hating yourself and not being good at games. Cloud Built, I don't know if we've talked about it. So Cloud Built, go look up screens of this because it's a beautiful game. That's why I wanted to play it because it looked awesome.
Okay, let's see. What
It
we got
looks
here.
like that old painterly like Photoshop like thatched art style filter that used to put on a ton of pictures when Photoshop was still the hot shit when the internet was new.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at pictures now.
Yeah, looks super great. The gameplay is like Mirror's Edge, the Mirror's Edge
But third
DLC
person.
levels, like the super abstract, just running levels. But yeah, it's in third person, and it's super fucking hardcore. And the way it plays, after a very brief tutorial, it's like if you played the last levels of Super Meat Boy and didn't learn, like, spend like 3 worlds learning all of your tools through different levels. Like, it's just like, no go. This is super hard, super intense platforming. Have at it. And it's really fun. Like, it's a really well-made, competent game. I'm just not very good at it, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah, I think some game makers make games intentionally hard so people will give it that hardcore label. So it's kind of like a challenge. Like, at this point, it's like, well, no, I'm actually really good at Cloud Builds.
There are people who like that kind of stuff.
No,
I'm
I
just
agree.
not one of them. Like, I mean, I'm going to give it a decent score. It's just... I'm going to say there were parts of it I didn't like, and it feels like it should have been played on a controller, and there was not native controller support, and that really bothered me. Because anytime you have a hardcore platformer, it should be played on a joystick.
It seems like it would be weird playing with a mouse. Like,
Analog move. I mean, you do aim and shoot, but it's not that important. But yeah, like it's not so much the mouse that was the hard part. It's the WASD keys. Like, I want analog movement for moving around in platforming.
Sure, agreed.
Oh wait. But yeah, it's really good. I also got a game called Far Sky that's like Minecraft but underwater.
Everything is fucking Minecraft.
I like it so far. I've only played like 20 minutes because I haven't had any time, but it seems cool. I like being underwater.
It looks exactly like Minecraft, but underwater and less blocky.
Yeah, it's not blocky.
So it's
There's a
Minecraft
shark.
but blue.
It
With
reminds
shark.
me, and you build the base, and it reminds me of the old if you remember the old Lego sets when they were like it was after they were just Lego blocks, but like when the sets were new and like the old underwater like submarine base sets, those were super cool.
Yeah, the Minecraft is super popular, so hey,
Yo,
I'm sure maybe Minecraft in space I'll be down with.
They have that.
They have that like
Oh,
20 times.
The good one is the one from the Terraria people, Starbound.
Or is that Dark Star?
No, it's
Dark
Starbound.
Star.
Dark Star, I
Dark
thought it was the
Star,
one.
right? Dark
What's
Star?
the dark one? It's like
Dark Star.
Dark
And then
Force.
there's the 3D one that they play on Unprofessional Fridays every once in a while on Giant Bomb. That's fucking batshit. I don't know, man.
I'm just done with Minecraft. It's like it's like, let's give Minecraft guns. Now let's put it underwater.
Can we not talk
Let's go
about
Minecraft bowling?
We're not gonna talk about Guncraft, okay? We're just not.
We don't have to talk about Guncraft. We can talk about the million other
Cube
Minecraft
Wars
gun
or
games.
other
Cube
bullshit.
Shooter. Craft Wars.
So what do we got for plugs, guys?
We're not done. Are we done? Josh,
Oh,
what have
no.
you been doing? You want to talk about comic books for an hour?
Josh has been dead for quite some time
No,
now.
I haven't, because I haven't played anything since my laptop has been broken. Also,
Latinos.
hey,
He's dead.
I will talk about Latinos. Unless you're a businessman in a suit trying to get Latinos
He's not
to
even
be
bothering to
interested in the website.
respond, so obviously.
Josh is responding.
Is he? I don't hear anything.
I'm telling
He's
you right
been
now.
talking like this entire time.
Yeah, Dustin.
Yeah, buddy.
Whoops.
He has a Latino filter on, apparently. He doesn't.
Dustin's blocking the Latinos. Sorry, Josh. We love you.
No
Dustin
one wants to hear about Dota. Okay, that's all I've been able to play. Dota.
I don't
That's
hear
right.
anything.
I keep seeing you play Dota because I'm logged into Steam at work, and it's just like, oh look, Josh is playing Dota again.
Look.
I honestly thought that you were just like pretending to be talking to him like he was here.
No,
David does that a lot. It happens.
no, it doesn't.
We just have an imaginary friend called Josh, and we
Hey,
just
man,
pretend.
It happens. I'm gonna see.
It's
David
like he's not muted. I don't know why I can't like hear him.
Are you bringing me more comic books,
because
Josh?
I'm not close to the mic. I'm sorry. Let me.
It's just dead fucking silent for me.
I don't know what's wrong with
Let
you.
me just put my mouth on this mic. Okay.
No, apparently the internet just hates Dustin today.
You're
Nah.
like a gurgle. It sounded Latino.
Is this Latino? Is there an Olay coming on? Do you feel the rhythm? His rhythm is gonna get you.
Probably somehow getting called racist. But I
So,
can't hear it, so I'm not.
So what besides Dota have you been doing, Josh? Anything?
I've been playing pretty much a ton of Dota. It's mostly just been I'm moving soon, so it's just been a lot of just waiting for stuff to happen with that, and it's
giving
just
me lots of comic books.
yeah, it's been comic books and Dota.
Why do you have a bunch of random issues of things?
Because I like to try stuff, you know.
No. I don't mind you having a bunch of number ones that you never like picked up. But why do you have like issue 12 of this and issue 17 of this? And it's like
Because I don't know, man.
That's how you start runs. You start runs right in the middle. Then you're like, oh, I need 14 before that and 62 after.
no, but he just has single issues of a bunch of like single random issues of a bunch of different
Because
things.
they look nice, okay? That's why they look nice.
Why are you being so competitive, David?
I don't know. It's apparently I need to read Revival though because Josh gave me like 25 issues of it and has never told me a single thing about this comic book.
Oh, that's because it's a rural mystery story about you know that show that on ABC called
Why did you do that?
Just-
Undo that, Dustin. Josh was in the middle of a sentence.
Oh shit! I did that. How do I
Yes,
do it?
Dick, unmute Josh.
I was trying to unmute him. I'm
For
not
the
the
viewing
one.
audience, Dustin just muted Josh in the middle of
There's
his
no option to
conversation.
unmute.
How did you do that?
I don't fucking know. I didn't know I had that power.
Oh wait, I'll unmute him.
You have to.
I think.
No, you can. You have to. There's a little arrow above his. Or
Yeah,
in,
it says muted, and I clicked it, and then you start yelling at me.
and then click it again.
Because there came a
It
problem.
doesn't do
Dustin,
anything.
it said Dustin muted Josh.
I saw that
That's
too. I
part
was
of it.
like, well, he's been muted the entire time.
No, unmute. Do what you did again.
I swear to God, I did not fucking. I cannot do it. I'm clicking it. You should unmute him. It's like your call.
I hope he's still talking. He just doesn't know.
No, I have to get rid of. I have to add Josh back.
I just mute the fucking Latino on our podcast? This is not doing me any favors.
God damn it! Fucking interrupting a beautiful podcast because Dustin decided to fuck everything up.
This is the best podcast we've ever made, apparently. This is great.
I'm not even drunk.
Yet.
No, you're just an idiot. I want to know what the show he was describing because I was thinking
It was
he
a
was gonna
comic.
say something
It was a comic book, buddy.
I thought he was going to say something like Longmire or Justified, but
Now we'll
he
never
said
know.
ABC, and
How we met, it's just 2.5 Men. It's just that 2.5 Men version of a comic book.
So like two
That's
broke
even-
girls.
It's Two Broke Girls, the comic book. The mystery version of Two Broke Girls, the comic book. He's never coming back. We've offended him for life. We've lost Josh forever.
I'm going to keep trying.
Oh.
God damn it, Dustin! Like we were in the middle of a good conversation. I don't even know what the fuck to do now.
I didn't hear any of this, so to me, none of
I
it
don't
matters.
care. We were talking about comic books. You wouldn't give a shit.
Exactly.
There's been nothing funnier than seeing that pop up of muted and then just the laughter. I feel so bad for Josh.
He's not on Facebook. I have to text him. God damn it.
So for the 4 people that are still watching, you've given yourself a treat. You should have watched the whole thing because this is the best part. And I would like to thank you for watching the funniest thing that's ever happened on a video podcast.
Christ. Is this the first time? Are we the beginning? Is this the first? I can't believe this is the first time this has happened on a video. Like I don't think that this is a pretty new thing for podcasts because Google Hangouts. Well, no, Google Hangouts isn't that old, and it was super hard to record video podcasts before that. So, like, are we the
Sopa's fear coming true?
the accidental muting and having to kick off a host because another host is a moron?
In my defense, he was already muted.
No,
Yeah, you
to
could-
you. I don't know why it was for you.
I
but
was
we
trying
got
to
mine.
fix it.
I want to know, honestly, did you not hear one word he said the entire time?
I swear to God, I haven't heard anything.
So
We've been
You
talking
talk.
to him. Like we've
I thought
responded.
you were just talking to each other, and I just wasn't paying attention.
But the
because I was
but like
looking at, cartoon birds flying around my head.
I know you were playing with the your cat ears when we were talking to Josh, apparently.
I don't I don't remember him saying anything since the very beginning, like the first maybe 20 minutes of the podcast, and since then.
Did you hear when he left and then came back because there was thunderstorms or something? Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember thunderstorms. I remember me saying well, I guess he's dead now because he was gone.
Oh, that's why you thought he was dead because you couldn't hear him. That's great. We just thought you were an asshole.
Was
to be
he
honest.
still there? And
Yes! He was still there. And you're like, I guess he's dead. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's been talking this whole time.
Wow. That makes it just this much better.
I really hope he doesn't come back and he just never talks to us.
I don't
ever
know
again.
if we can bring him back. We may have to restart the call. I don't know if it'll work.
No.
What happens if I mute you? Can I unmute you?
No, don't fucking mute anyone, Dustin. You're not allowed to. You should just you shouldn't be able to touch your
I
computer
can
anymore.
mute you.
Like
I can
you.
mute you? I can mute you. There's a way for me to mute you.
So if we do this, does it do anything?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I can hear Dustin.
See, he can hear me, so... Fuck.
Did he
I've
mute
been
himself?
muted.
What?
I
No.
can hear myself. I sound like a goddess.
Okay, which
I don't
one?
understand what's happening.
Penises.
I think we should end this. I really do. I think you should go apologize to Josh.
Hold on, I have to
Apologize to me.
I have to ask Josh real quick what the show was before we go. We can't leave this mystery dangling. What are we lost?
Why not? That's episode 38.
37.
Yeah, it's the next episode's 38, right?
I don't know.
Okay, after 37 comes 38, so that's the
Is
cliffhanger.
Dustin muted or is he just miming things and not talking because it's funny?
I don't even know what
He's just miming things and not saying anything. So, which is only funny if you watch the podcast. If you're listening to it,
If anyone's listening to this, it's just they're probably not going to even hear Josh, and they're going to be on my side.
no,
so.
because you're not the one.
I really okay. I am completely honest when I say I hope that me and David are the only ones that could hear Josh. You're having a conversation with someone who just no one else could hear.
Except, but luckily there is video proof that he was here because when he talks,
really,
his portrait,
it was just-
his portrait pops up in this, and you'll see the sound bars moving.
I didn't even see those. It's like Josh was Bruce Willis the entire time.
Well, that's because you probably weren't paying attention. Because you're an idiot.
I've been looking at it. I see your sound bars. I see mine.
Do you? Do you?
I do.
Really?
They're fucking green, and they're going up and down. They're just as fun to watch as that music game you described, so I think I know what's going on. It's like I'm bringing music back to the world.
Ding.
I have a story, David.
What? That's not a story. Those are sound effects. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, but video games. Your game sucks.
We were having fun.
Take that.
There
I've
were,
had a lot of fun.
there were
This has been
good
great.
times, and then Dustin ruined everything.
I
How
think
drunk
Dustin made
are you?
everything amazing. I don't. I mean, the story of us kicking one of the hosts of the show mid-sentence is one of the highlights of my week. Absolutely. Not
It was
even
an
close.
honest mistake.
Okay. Let's do plugs and then go. Because we're not getting them back. He's offended forever.
I'll have
Before we leave.
reviews for Mobius, Empire Rising, maybe Cloud Built, maybe I'll play more. I don't know. We'll see. Spider-Man this week. I don't know. A bunch of stuff for next week. I've got so much shit.
David works really hard, guys. He does a really good job. Good job, David.
Oh, thanks.
Thumbs up, buddy.
Shh, I have to go do taxes tomorrow. Leave me alone.
Taxes is not a valid plug. Let's see.
It's not.
I do taxes. That's.
Okay, I do
Oh,
taxes.
Josh
too.
said it was called Resurrection.
So it's not
Cricket,
Two Broke
cricket.
Girls.
Oh, that's
not
that new show.
What do you got, Dustin?
I'll be editing all of David's reviews and probably writing a Max and the Magic Brotherhood Dark Thing Cursed game, whatever the fuck it's called. That.
When the Oculus Rift comes in, I'm going to write a piece about why Dustin is wrong.
Well, that's not really fair considering my opinion on it. That's like the opinion on the internet in like 1999 versus today. It's like
No,
this is
because I've used
crazy
both
and
Oculus Rifts.
And the developer kit that I used was just fucking shit.
I used that one. Like
It was like I was. It was like I fucking put a phone to my head and one eye held the other eye shut and
It
like,
was fine.
fucking
It was
pixels.
clear. I don't know what's wrong with your eyes. That
Nothing
that
is wrong with my eyes.
focus.
I wear these motherfuckers. It's like I see clear, 100% true color.
The Oculus Rift is an amazing experience, and Dustin is just a pessimist that hates everything. I bet you don't even want 4D movie theaters either, do you?
No, it's too fast. I don't like stuff looking like real life.
I think 4D is pretty dumb too, but I do have to say that
I don't like real life
the
as it
D-Box
is now.
seats are pretty badass. They make
What do they
action
consider
movies
the fourth?
awesome.
What do they consider the fourth dimension in that?
Special effects in the theater and
Oh, so, like,
smells and stuff.
What was that movie that? There was a movie about that. What movie was that?
I don't know, but no,
I
it's
wouldn't
like going to see like A Bug's Life, or It's Tough to Be a Bug at Animal Kingdom or something, you know, like a Disney.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you go see A Bug's Life and then his seat shakes like this.
Yeah, but I don't
It's
know.
like,
I don't care about
whoa,
that.
those cockroaches are coming at me.
Whoa, Dustin, whoa. The D-Box seats are awesome. The ones that move, they're great. Like
So
I
it's
saw,
like Star Tours, basically. It's like
yeah,
going
and
to
I
see
saw
Star
Fast
Tours.
and the Furious 6 in D-Box, and
Oh
it
boy,
was
these
the best
chairs
thing
sure
ever.
are going fast.
Here's another thing. Dustin, you don't like Fast and the Furious, and you're wrong about that. So
You're wrong about what you like.
yeah,
think
Fast and
anyone
the
likes
Furious
it.
are
They just tolerate it.
amazing movies.
I'm Metal Jared on Twitter. You should follow me so you can hear more of this, I guess. I don't know. It's been great, guys. Sorry,
Dustin
Josh.
Triplet on all the things because that's my name.
I'm at Xanthus on Twitter, and you should follow at Geekenstein Live on everything.
And
On
Josh
everything.
is.
Oh,
And then we
at
need-
Josh Ochos. Oh, and we never talked about the Atari cartridges. So that turned out to be true. That was cool.
Yeah, that's
It was
cool.
true.
And
Old
Yeah,
I
that
played
was
that
really
game
bad.
for the Atari, so that game really did suck balls.
yeah, it's a really bad.
It's a really bad game.
It's a really bad game.
It is.
Do we know for a fact that they weren't planted there just for like the documentary?
Yes, because there were a bunch of other cartridges too. Like it was just a dumping ground for old crap.
So they were
Yeah,
smart
they-
enough.
It was a dump. It was a dump. It was
No.
a landfill. It
The other thing
a
was that
landfill.
crash was real. Like it almost did destroy the video game industry.
Yeah, no,
So,
that was.
That's real. We almost lost video games forever, guys.
I mean, you hear about it from like retail stores all the time that they go out back and destroy merchandise. That totally happened, just on a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
So-
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone. Sorry, Josh. That was insane. We will talk to you later.
I'd apologize, but it was pretty fucking funny.
Fuck you.
Super funny.
I didn't mute anyone because he was never here. So
Bye.
Use your
You
imagination.
need to go back
Wait.
and rewatch this episode and see if you can hear Josh.
it's just gonna be like just not know. He's gonna be saying things, and I'm just gonna be like staring. Off
Is he
into the
dead?
distance. Is he?
He makes a nice point. Is he that guy dead? What an asshole that guy is.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you
Toodles.
next week.